My fiancé and I have been together for 3 years and I love him more than anything. I know 3 years isn't that long, and I've had longer relationships, but mine with him is definitely the most serious by far, and it's not just because he proposed to me. I've never loved anyone more than him, and when I fell for him, it was a much stronger and more intense connection than I've ever had with anyone in my life. I'm only 26, so I know I have time to find someone else, but I'm incredibly heartbroken in ways I didn't even imagine I could break. This is by far the worst pain I've ever felt. I don't even know how it happened. This was the healthiest relationship I've ever been in, and I was so excited to get married and have our child. He doesn't even know I'm pregnant because his birthday is next month and I wanted to surprise him. There were none of the usual signs. It wasn't as if our relationship was declining for the past several months. It was like one day the switch just flipped. I noticed he was off first about 2 weeks ago after we came home from my friend's place after hanging out. He seemed distant, but I just chalked it up to him being tired. However, he continued to be a little distant. I know his boss has been on his case lately about a work project. He's an engineer, and I thought he was just stressed about it. These past 2 weeks, we haven't been intimate either, but that's not out of the norm because when he's really stressed, either with family stuff or work, he usually isn't in the mood. On Friday, I went out of town to visit my sister, and I just got home today. Originally, the plan was for him to go with me, but he told me he really needed the weekend to work on his project, which I didn't find suspicious at all. He knew the day and time I would be coming home. Yet, when I entered our home, the kitchen hadn't been cleaned from what was obviously a romantic dinner. When I got to the bedroom, the sheets were a mess, and there was a woman's garments on the floor by the door. His pants and their shoes were in the hallway, very obviously hastily taken off on the way to our shared bedroom, our shared bed, our shared everything. It just seemed so careless. He knew what I would see and didn't even bother to clean up. Did he really think I'd stay? Did he really think I just wouldn't care? He's not picking up my calls, and when I texted him, I realized he'd blocked me. If he was into someone else, why didn't he just say that? Why would he let me find out in the most hurtful way possible? Even worse, I know who the girl is because she left her jewelry, and it's someone who I was insecure about when our relationship first started. However, I got over it the longer we were together. I don't know what to do. I had to get out of our home, so now I'm just crying on my front lawn. I'm too mortified to call anyone close to me, and a million thoughts are running through my mind. What am I going to do with the baby? I can't even imagine trying to co-parent with him after a betrayal like this. Why did he do this? Did he get bored of me? What am I going to tell people? Where am I going to live? Which of our mutual friends will choose him? Does this mean I can't be friends with his sister anymore? Just so many questions with zero explanations. I can't even put into words how soul damaged, emotionally crushed, and absolutely wrecked I am. I'm so hurt I can't even talk about it. I can't even call my therapist. So now I'm typing it all out because I just had to tell somebody what was happening, even if it was strangers on the internet. Update 1. Sorry I haven't responded to any comments or anything, but really, I was just so overwhelmed. I ended up calling my therapist, and currently, I'm staying with my best friend, but just for a few days until I can get a flight to where my parents live. My therapist recommended that I leave this situation off the internet, and usually, I would listen to her, but I know some of you genuinely do care to hear what happens to me, so I'm going to post the final update, probably tomorrow if I'm not too devastated, or the day after. After that, I will most likely delete my account. First things first, I'm keeping the baby. Where I live, I'm too far along to do anything otherwise. The time span to get one is really short, and I'm currently 2 months in, but if I'm being completely transparent, I probably would have kept this pregnancy anyway. Second, I took pictures as all of you suggested, and I'm meeting a lawyer later this week. Third, I called his sister, and I have no idea what he told him about me, but I've never heard her have so much venom, like what she had on that phone call with me. I told her what happened, and she wasn't shocked at all. She said, in these exact words, "Wow, you really haven't figured out why he did this to you at all, have you?" Then, as she was telling me to never call anyone in their family again, I had to shout over her that I was pregnant in case she blocked me. I could hear the shocked silence and told her I would literally take the test in front of her if she didn't believe me. I think she could tell from my voice that I was telling the truth and told me that she would get her brother to meet me at the house later today to talk. She said I had to be the one to tell him I was pregnant, and then abruptly hung up. His sister and I have always been close, and I remember how I used to wait all day in the hospital when she was getting treated for cancer. I have no idea what could have made her hate me this much or what lies he could have told her. I just cried so much after this phone call. My best friend is going to go over with me when I talk to him, and she's going to wait outside in the car. See you guys tomorrow or later this week. Update 2. When I got into our home, my fiancé was very callous and cruel. He berated me and would not let me get a word in. He screamed at me that I needed to drop the victim act or else he would tell all my friends and family the truth about me. I asked how could I be playing the victim when he's the one who cheated, and then let me find out in an abusive, disgusting, and messed up way. Before I get into the rest of this update, I feel like some background information is needed. Before I got with my fiancé, my hair was a brownish color that looked red in the sunlight, while his was pink. When we got close, I learned that it was pink in support of his sister who got diagnosed with cancer. About 8 months in, I decided to make my hair pink as well for his sister's upcoming surgery. Him and his entire family were touched by the gesture, and everyone ended up making their hair pink before her surgery. My fiancé was especially touched because he knew how much I really liked my natural color. After his sister went into remission, we started doing cute matching couple hair of all different colors. When we visited my friend a couple of weeks ago, she was making a video of memories from over the years because one of our friends' big 30 is coming up, and she plans to show it at the party. After we came home from her place, this was when I first noticed he was off. He saw a video on her computer of me with very bright red hair, which is not my natural color even in the sunlight, maybe a shade red above auburn. Before I go any further, this video was from mid-2019 before we got together, and was not real coloring. It was one of those non-bleach, non-damage hair waxes that come out after a single wash. In this video, I'm making out with a former male friend of mine. We were bar hopping, and you can see us in the back kissing as we're walking to the next bar. Last summer, my fiancé and I changed our hair color to bright red, similar to what's on the video, and he thought that I had cheated on him because he knew my hair was brownish red before I changed it to pink in support of his sister. While we were arguing, he kept telling me that I had cheated first because my hair was red, and that's how he knew that I had cheated with my male friend, and that he'd seen it all on my friend's computer. And that's why he slept with his female friend, because he wanted me to hurt like he did. I kept yelling at him that I had never cheated on him and had genuinely no idea what the hell he was talking about. I was so confused, upset, hurt, and angry that I started cramping in the middle of our shouting fest. My fiancé thought I was faking it until I started bleeding a ton from my private area. He called the ambulance, and my friend came inside to check if I was okay because I'd been there for a while at this point. At this point, I hadn't even gotten the chance to tell him I was pregnant, and my friend had to do so because I was yelling out in agonizing physical pain. The ambulance came in 11 minutes, but by the time I reached the hospital, it was too late. My baby was gone. From there, word got out, and my friend, the one with the video, heard about everything. She came and showed him proof that the video he was talking about was from before we were together and taken in mid-2019. She showed me too because up until that point, I had completely forgotten about that night and had no idea what he was talking about. I then explained to him that it was just hair wax. I'm devastated about the baby. Despite everything, I truly wanted to keep it, and I feel so hollow now, so wrecked. I don't know what to do about my relationship. He has genuinely apologized to me, and I know he only did what he did because he thought I had cheated on him, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to get over this. I still love him so much, and I still can't even imagine life without him. Before his mother learned the truth, she made a scathing Facebook post about me and my alleged cheating, and since then, his entire family has all formally apologized to me. However, I'm still getting calls from extended family members and friends who still haven't heard the truth, calling me hurtful things and telling me I deserved what happened to me, and that's what I get for trying to baby trap him. It's another kick to my already broken soul, and as of right now, my social reputation is in tatters because of the post. My ex-fiancé wants to make one big post addressing everything, but honestly, I don't even have the energy, and I can't imagine all this drama, which cut me so deeply, being plastered on Facebook for all of our loved ones to see. His mom has tried to call, but I've been declining all of them because, in her post, she added some really nasty things she didn't like about me before she found out about the alleged cheating, things I didn't know she felt about. I just feel really hurt about every mean thing she wrote about my personality, looks, character, depression and anxiety episodes, and past. Guys, I thought I was broken before, but I'm going to be completely candid and say that I've considered not living since losing my baby. A part of me also feels like my relationship, which I love more than myself, is over, which just makes me feel so sick. So many things are being said about me, and all I want to do is disappear, but I know that I can't for the sake of the people I love, and I won't. I don't know where my life goes from here, but it felt only fair to update you guys one last time.